Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm actually off to my cousin's Junni Gurmai event, hence the jewelry and the bindi. But I wanted to show you a more in-depth tutorial on how I create like a smoky wing look. I did a brief video on my Instagram a few weeks ago and everyone requested to see a proper tutorial. So here you have it, here you go. I really hope you like it. I hope you find it useful. It's actually quite easy and you don't need a bunch of products either, which is great. Make sure you give this video a like if you enjoy these types of videos, and if you'd like to see more tutorials. Don't forget to subscribe as well. It's somewhere in the corner, it's free. And also don't forget to get me on Instagram as well. I'm like, oh, what else? But yeah, enjoy the video. Okay, first things first, we're gonna prep our lid. You can use a concealer, you can use eyeshadow base, whatever you feel most comfortable with, but I generally like to use a concealer. Today I'm going to use my NARS Soft Matte Concealer, just because concealers wipe out the discoloration, and this one sets matte, so it's perfect as an eyeshadow base as well. So I'm just going to blend this over, and you can see there's a huge difference between this eye, and this is just going to give us a nice clean base to work on top of. And then I'm going to go in with my trusty soft Glam palette. This is just a palette that you need. I'm not joking. It's a must-have palette. I'm just going to take Burnt Orange in the crease. This is a classic transitional eyeshadow color and it just works on so many different skin tones. I absolutely love this. So I'm just taking this back and forth through the crease on a big fluffy brush. This is the Morphe JS9 Jeffree Star one. But this is just to like lay some color down and get some crease definition going. And then I think I'm going to go into sienna or rustic, maybe a bit of sienna, literally the teeniest amount. And I'm also just going to take that back and forth through the crease, just really like deep into the crease now, rather than taking this color really high up. And this is literally one of my favorite eyeshadows ever. Like, I love this eyeshadow. This and Burnt Orange, like, I can live happily for the rest of my life just using those two shadows and maybe a bit of black. Okay, so next up, you want to take any black kohl liner. This is my Marc Jacobs one in the shade Blacquer. I love this. I'm sure you've seen it in tons of videos of mine. Basically, gonna run this all the way along my lash line, and I'm not doing a super thin line. Of course, it will get slightly thinner as I work my way into the inner corner of my eye. Now, if the edges of it look slightly rough, don't worry about it, because it's going to get blended. And then for the wing, I literally like to pull my eye taut and kind of create like a fat chubby wing right here. Just extend the liner basically. And then just with a really tiny pencil brush, still keeping everything nice and tight, I'm just going to run my pencil brush along the edge of my liner and basically wing this bit out. Now if this gets messy like that, just along the edge. And that's just going to soften that liner up slightly. And again, it doesn't have to be super neat, but I have created some kind of wing. You can even use the edge of your nail to help do that. But you just want to soften the liner basically and create a soft wing. Already we've got a smoky wing. Whoop, whoop. And then you just want to take your black eyeshadow. You can use any black eyeshadow you want, but obviously, this is all in one palette. This is why it's my fave. And you're just basically gonna pat the black shadow right over the top of your wing liner, like so. And it's gonna be super black. And make sure, if you have done your foundation first, which if you are new to this, I wouldn't advise you do, but just make sure you tap off any excess black eyeshadow off your brush, but still pick up enough for enough shadow to go on. Also, don't worry if it gets messy, like especially under the wing, don't worry. So then I'm going to go back into this palette and I'm going to pick up a bit of these two brown shades, Cypress Umber and Rustic, and I'm going to just run it along the edge. And you can use a pencil brush, you can use a flat brush like I'm using, anything that's going to give you a little bit of precision. And again, when you're using dark browns, just make sure you tap off any excess. So I'm literally just running it along the top edge of the liner. I'll go in with a fluffy clean brush and also just run that along. so that it just softens everything out. And then I'm going to take the same concealer just on a flat brush to clean up this underneath area of the wing. So I'm just going to wipe concealer along here to define the wing. And then you can just use a soft blending brush to just blend that in. But this is why, like, I do actually advise you do your eye makeup first. And then this step is completely optional. You don't have to do this, but I'm just going to use a liquid liner to just to redefine the lash line really, really lightly, like so, literally where the line is. And because there's loads of black eyeshadow laid down, you don't have to worry about what your wing is looking like too much. It's mainly just to get more darkness right along your lash line. And then you can go ahead and use the same black pencil just to run along your waterline. And you can take it a little bit over and run it against your lower lash line. Really, really nice and close to your lash line. And then use the same pencil brush that we used before, just to kind of smoke out the edge again. And then finally, for eyeshadow, you can just go in with a bit of sienna, rustic, burnt orange, dip into all three, and then just run that right along that lower lash line, nice and close to that black liner. And this will just soften it up slightly as well, give it something to blend out into. I'm using kind of mainly sienna, to be honest, because the color just shows up so much nicer. I think they do sienna in like a single pan. If they do, I need to buy it because it's literally my favorite shadow. And I hate when you have a palette and there's one shadow that's like used to death and then it finishes. So I'd rather just use a single pan one. So I've gone ahead and applied some mascara, but I'm gonna go and put on some lashes now. These are the Tatti lashes in the style TL9, but they're super like light and fluffy. They're quite long, but they're not that intense because they've still got nice like gaps in between, so you can still see all the hard work you've done on your eyes. And then just to finish off the eyes, I'm gonna take a little bit of highlighter and I'll just pop that in the inner corners of my eyes, and this just ties everything together. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I've put a bindi on. I've got Indian jewelry on because I'm actually going to my cousin's Junni event. I was basically just creating this look for the event that I'm going to, and I thought this is such a requested video. I need to show you how to do the eyes. So I really hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was easy to follow. It's literally one kohl pencil and one eyeshadow palette and you're good to go. I hope you found it useful, and thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Comment down below, let me know what you thought, and also please don't forget to subscribe. I'd really appreciate it if you join the family, and don't forget to get me on the gram. I'll see you all in my next video. Mwah. Bye.